Chapter 19, The Measure of Forgiveness. This chapter is based on Matthew 18, verses 21 to 35. Peter had come to Christ with the question, "How oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Till 7 times?" The rabbis limited the exercise of forgiveness to 3 offences. Peter, carrying out as he supposed the teaching of Christ, thought to extend it to 7, the number signifying perfection. But Christ taught that we are never to become weary of forgiving. Not until 7 times, he said, but until 70 times 7. Then he showed the true ground upon which forgiveness is to be granted, and the danger of cherishing an unforgiving spirit. In a parable, he told of a king's dealings with the officers who administered the affairs of his government. Some of these officers were in receipt of vast sums of money belonging to the state. As the king investigated their administration of this trust, there was brought before him one man whose account showed a debt to his lord for the immense sum of 10,000 talents. He had nothing to pay, and according to the custom, the king ordered him to be sold with all that he had, that payment might be made. But the terrified man fell at his feet and besought him, saying, "Have patience with me, and I will pay thee all." Then the lord of that servant was moved with compassion, and loosed him, and forgave him the debt. But the same servant went out, found one of his fellow servants which owed him 100 pence, and he laid hands on him, and took him by the throat, saying, "Pay me that thou owest." And his fellow servant fell down at his feet and besought him, saying, "Have patience with me, and I will pay thee all." And he would not, but he went and cast him into prison till he should pay the debt. So when his fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto their lord all that was done. Then his lord, after that he had called him, said unto him, "O thou wicked servant, because thou desirest of me, shouldst not thou have had compassion on thy fellow servant, even as I had pity on thee?" And his lord was wroth, and delivered him to the tormentors till he should pay all that was due unto him. This parable presents details which are needed for the filling out of the picture, but which have no counterpart in its spiritual significance. The attention should not be diverted to them. Certain great truths are illustrated, and to these our thought should be given. The pardon granted by this king represents a divine forgiveness of all sin. Christ is represented by the king, who, moved with compassion, forgave the debt of his servant. Man was under the condemnation of the broken law. He could not save himself, and for this reason Christ came to this world, clothed his divinity with humanity, and gave his life, the just for the unjust. He gave himself for our sins, and to every soul he freely offers the blood-bought pardon. With the Lord there is mercy, and with him is plenteous redemption. Psalm 130, verse 7. Here is the ground upon which we should exercise compassion toward our fellow sinners. If God so loved us, we ought also to love one another. 1 John chapter 4, verse 11. Freely ye have received, Christ says, freely give. Matthew chapter 10, verse 8.